Would I ever get a tattoo? I would in my younger days, but not now because of my age more than anything. Plus the fact my husband, Dave, does not like tattoos, especially on a female, because he thinks it's tarty, and I would not like to give him that impression of myself.
I got my first tattoo Father's Day 1997. I thought, what would Mum and Dad think of this? The idea of rebellion had appealed to me before I got tattoos. Rebellion is a bit strong. I mean, Dad had his bikes and Mum had her music. I just wanted to do something that they hadn't. I chose the small Japanese sign for artist. Seeing myself as one, I felt it was appropriate. At the time I thought it to be an individual expression, but I've since seen these designs become trendy, so I've since been designing my own tattoos.
It's down to people either wanting to fit into a crowd or just down to them own personal want to have a marking, like they want to have their daughter's name on their arm or girlfriend's name, so they want to show their affection for somebody, or standing out in the crowd.
The change in image came suddenly, from struggling to afford labelled shirts to fitting in and feeling comfortable. I'd previously met my friend Ed, who had a number of metal appendages. In a way, I suppose he was an influence. I first met him after he'd got another piercing. He asked if I had thought of getting any, like it was the normal. Rather than getting my nipple pierced, I got my tongue done.
There are many sorts of reasons. One is to show devotion to someone. Someone could be going out with someone and they get the boyfriend's name or the girlfriend's name written on their arms. Especially when people are married, it's a celebration, so they go to the local tattooist. I've had many married couples come in and have both their names on their arms with hearts. The birth of children as well, which is quite a nice one to do. Like I say, it's a celebration.
Turning 21, I took a step back and looked at those around me, my friends and my family, some of whom weren't too keen on my chosen image. I associate more than a few bad times with my appearance. It may not be a direct link, but it sticks in my mind. February 2000, I was mugged at knife point. I wasn't harmed, just shaken up. The recurring thought after then being, it's the way I look, isn't it? Another example, I thought about taking them out after one time at the pub, when the comment was made, how about I rip that thing out of your lip?
Not when he was younger. It's not until his teens, I believe. I think it probably started more when he went into drama school, that sort of era, in his teens. He was able to obviously mix more with a variety of people, and I think that's where it all started.
It does definitely make a person individual, rather than pick something off the wall that maybe 10, 20 other people walking down the road with the same tattoo. It makes them just a little bit more special if they design their own.
I think the role of the tattooist is to help, well, you can go at the person if they bring their own design to the tattooist and they have a certain reason for this design. If it's just a design they like and they wanted to get it done, then the role of the tattooist is not only to design it well, but actually to change it and make it individual for that person.
The stigma with tattooing dates back many years ago, when criminals were only tattooed. In Nelson's time, if someone was a murderer, they'd write murderer on their heads, so as everyone would know.
These days I consider my image normal, as alternative fashions are becoming mainstream. I find it ironic now that a few years ago, when I experimented with alternative styles, I stuck out like a sore thumb. These days you'd be hard-pushed to spot most individuals in a crowd. Alternative music is now commonplace in mainstream markets as people go for the image rather than the attitude. By trying to show ourselves as unique, we yet again inspire to another stereotype. Again, I cannot afford the clothes that associate themselves with being alternative, so I turn to my body, the one thing that will never be the same as anyone else.
Yeah, I do like that actually. But don't do no more.